What happened? Yo, Rocco!
Look at you. It's
Yo,
awesome.
Rocco! Ice is stupid. People standing on ice are more stupid.
More stupid. That is great.
Oh,
That is great. He got the bottle and everything, the cigar.
hell yeah.
You even did a good imitation of him. Good job.
I tried. Hey, it wasn't as good as your Jim Ignatowski. I'm telling
Oh
you,
my God.
spot on. We laughed our asses off the other night when we were watching it.
I don't know how I did it. I'm not very good at, imitations, but I don't know.
You did it.
That one hit. Everybody
Yo,
tries to
Rocco,
do.
remember the neighborhood.
See, Paulie's pretty easy to do. He's got that grovelly,
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a little easy.
Quick change. There's going to be a quick commercial break.
Oh, okay. There's another costume.
All right.
Yo, Paulie, where'd you go? He's got the hat. There he goes. He's got the hat.
A little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And that hard hat. That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
That's what you should run the Rocky run in.
Oh, you know what? But I'll have to get a bigger one. This is a little tight.
A little snug.
A little
Is it
snug.
a real meat jacket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yep.
That's awesome. And so look at that. You put it on there. That's great.
Yeah. And
That's so great. Yeah. I just figured I'd go the easy route, and throw a fedora on, throw a jacket on. There it is.
Hey, you know what? I like playing.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Nothing. You know what? There's nothing like Halloween. Time to dress up, have some fun. Why not?
Exactly. I love it. I think it's great. Hey, old Paulie. That's awesome.
Oh, Paulie.
Good stuff. As you can tell, it's our Halloween episode. Yo.
Yes, it is.
I had no idea what you were going to do. Like, I never know with you. So that's a good one, though. I like that. Yeah, the Halloween episode. So we're not going to do, a Halloween movies every week for the month of October. We decided not to do that. We're going to do, just a Halloween episode, talk about Halloween, talk about some movies, dressing up, costumes. People not like, I wonder if people would know who I was if I went out like this. I would think so, right? They probably just think I'm some lobster.
Maybe 7 out of 10.
You think so?
Maybe 6 out of 10.
I think it's a no-brainer.
I do too, but I mean,
look who you're talking to.
Tony, so. The hard part with you though is you have such a striking resemblance to Robert Loggia.
Loggia, I know.
Loggia,
I've heard, but that's only because I'm old now. Nobody ever in my entire life told me I looked like Robert Loggia until I got old. So
okay, well, you just have such a striking resemblance. So I see you, but I can see you as Robert Loggia in Rocky costume too. So I mean,
Robert Loggia dressed up as Rocky.
I'd pay money to see that.
He was I think I told you this story before. I mean, what a great actor. I mean, this is completely off the cuff that we're even talking about him. Phenomenal actor. He's been in a ton of movies. He was in what Sly movie was he in?
Over the Top.
Over the Top. There you go. Yep. And he was in Scarface. He was in The Sopranos. He was Big with Tom Hanks.
Yep.
Great actor. But I think I told you this already.
I know. Can I tell you one more movie? One more movie?
Yeah, I'm sure
I loved him. I loved him in Necessary Roughness.
Yes, there's another good one. Yeah. Great
Scott
actor,
Bakula.
Great guy. He's good. My grandfather knew him. He was friends with him. And
oh, that's right. He owes your grandfather $50, right?
Yeah, exactly. Trust me, we heard about it every time we saw him on TV. If I was at my Robert Loggia came on TV, guaranteed within a second or two, as soon as Grandpa realized it was him, that bastard owes me $50.
That's awesome.
And every time we'd always play it off. Oh yeah, Grandpa, how come? What happened? You get to hear the story again.
Yeah,
We were playing
that's
cards.
great.
Anyway,
that's great stuff.
Halloween, good time. So we got another one of you dressed up as Halloween though. Let's see what this one is here. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's got the Batman jaw too. That's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, I was clean shaven back then. Clean shaven.
See, that's a good Batman. That's a real Batman. Then you got this Batman. What's going on there?
Love it. Love it.
We dressed up for the girls. Look, my daughter is so serious as Superman.
Yeah.
Very serious.
That's great.
But I've been following Batman for a long time because I had the original like, really crazy costume.
Oh my God. I was just going to ask you if you remember those.
Oh yeah. Where all you did was sweat. You couldn't see.
And the plastic and the mask would always cut around your nose and eyes.
God, it was so hot.
Oh,
we got one more costume of you. This is a good one here. Was Deb Little Red Riding Hood? Was that?
Could have been. Just screwing around on Halloween, scaring trick-or-treaters.
And now this next picture, this was I'm going to guess maybe 84 ish.
Okay.
And back then there was not costumes like there are now. Like you go on eBay and Amazon now, you have movie quality costumes that you could buy. And I mean, exact replicas of whatever you're looking for. Well, back then they didn't have that stuff. So I decided to make mine with sequins, glue, right? Drew out what I wanted to do, and I hand glued each sequin on there.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. And I was stubborn. I wanted to be this character or person, but I had a mustache back then. I was very proud of my mustache, my Magnum PI mustache.
All right.
So I didn't want to shave the mustache. So it really throws off like who I was.
Okay.
It's a no-brainer who I was when I put this picture up, you'll see. But it kind of really has thrown stupid loop for the mustache. I was such an idiot. So let's get this picture up there. Hold on. There we go.
Oh my God. All right.
So shades, as you can tell, a poor man's Elvis Presley.
Great job on the costume. Great job on the costume.
I bought a white jumpsuit thingy and glued all those on there. And I used Vaseline in my hair, by the way. That took about 6 months to get out. But yeah, the mustache, that's classic. Don't shave the mustache for the role and be, a better Elvis, but whatever.
Shades of Caesar Romero.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know.
Yeah,
that would be
except
Joker.
Mine wasn't skin colored.
Right. That would have been Joker in the original Batman movie, Adam West TV series. He wouldn't shave off his mustache either.
So, well, obviously the Joker's white, so he had white all over his mustache.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't shave it.
Right.
You're right.
That was a great job on the costume, Tone. Great job.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was good. I'd draw it all out. Sequins are falling off me all night long. Now you go on eBay, you can get look like the movie Elvis if you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Were you walking around singing Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock?
Yeah, they were giving me candy not to sing. Please don't stop singing.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's fun. I mean, like you said, Halloween's fun. It's dress up, have a good time, be somebody silly, whatever, fun. Mm-hmm. But obviously when you're a kid, it's everything. Oh, I gotta, I would say the ages of where you're really knowing what's going on. The age would be what, like 4 and 5, up till, I would say up till where you 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 12, 13 years old, and then people are kind of like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah. Once you get the teen years, it's more of a we'll go to a Halloween party and dress up a certain way and whatever.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's good. But there's some good costumes out there. I mean, Rocky always has some good stuff. With the
Right.
sweatsuit and the hat. Obviously, the way we're dressed. Adrian, so if you're a couple, I look like this. Adrian dressed. Gina could dress like Adrian. I like
Sure.
I like intertwining if you're a couple and you're going to dress up in a party, not
Yep.
being two different things. I like where it matches and makes sense.
Right. Yeah. I like that too. Did you ever see the like on eBay or Amazon? I think it's more on eBay than anything with the Rocky eye, the swollen closed eye,
Yes, I did.
for Halloween. I'm like, I always wanted that.
Yeah, it
you
has
know?
the two spots, put it here and here.
Yep. I always thought that'd be
Well, it's
so
better than
cool
the
to have.
mask. I mean, if you wear that mask, you're gonna pass out in about an hour.
Yeah, I have that over there, and it's good for about a
Yeah,
good 5 minutes.
yeah, exactly. I
Same with
know.
that
See, I'm not
Batman
good
one.
though because of the grays. I don't. Even Rocky didn't have grays until Creed. So
Well, that's all right. Hey, time will catch up to all of us.
exactly, exactly. Don't worry, you'll get there.
Yeah, time's undefeated. Isn't that what he
Mhm.
says? Time's undefeated. Yep.
What a great
Great
line that
line.
is too.
So many great lines in there. I mean, we're getting off of
Fantastic.
Halloween, but so many life lessons, so many learning lessons. Come on. Anyhow,
So besides the candy of Halloween, I mean, everybody likes decorating or having a Halloween party. Some people just like my daughter likes to just watch scary movies, bake some baking goods or whatever.
hmm
And then obviously some people like the more hardcore horror movies. Some people like funny horror movies, or not funny horror movies, but lighter horror comedy films like
can I ask you can I
Ghostbusters.
ask you a question? Let me
Yeah,
ask you one quick question. Where are you on the spectrum? I think I know, but I want to.
yeah, I like horror movies. I do.
Okay.
I like horror movies more so than like just slasher flicks. Like I
Okay.
do like Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, the old class. I do like those, but like
Okay.
something like The Exorcist, really freaks me out more, a little more scarier to me.
Okay.
The funny scary, I mean, I don't mind them, but I'm not a huge fan.
Okay. Can I show you
But I mean,
let me show you my favorite speed? My favorite Halloween movie of all time. This is where my level is.
but see, that's a great movie. I got a rock.
I got a rock.
I got a rock. It's like I love
The
that
best
line. He's
Halloween
got
movie of all time.
no. I like that. I mean, you know, it depends on. Some people just don't care for that really scary stuff or really bloody stuff. My wife
Yeah.
doesn't like it. She doesn't like the really bloody stuff, the really gory, like Saw and things like that. I mean, it's
No,
not,
no.
it's some too much for some people.
Right.
But
Yeah.
things like The Exorcist, where it's a little more, uh, I guess, supernatural, so to speak, a little more messing with your head. Like when that movie came out, I was young, 7, I'm guessing.
Okay.
And obviously, I wasn't supposed to see a rated R movie at 7 years old.
Yeah.
And there was commercials on the TV for it and commercials on the radio for it.
hmm
Now, the commercials on the TV didn't show you much. It showed the camera going down a hallway, and there's a door at the very end of the hallway, and you just heard like commotion and ruckus and screaming, and that was it. That's all you saw. You didn't see anything, but it
Right.
just scared the living daylights out of me. I don't know why. It just freaked me out, and I was young. I shouldn't have been watching anything of that nature at
Sure.
all.
Sure.
And the the um, the radio started
Oh.
with. As soon
Oh
as I
yeah.
heard this, I freaked out.
Skin crawls up the back of your neck.
soon as I heard that in the car, I would freak out and shut the radio off right away. Now that went on. I was 7. I didn't see The Exorcist till I was probably 17,
Okay.
maybe 16, give or take. I don't know. I was a lot older. I refused to see it. It just scared the crap out of me. I just did not want to see it. Finally, I'm like, you know what? I got to see this movie. I mean, I can't just keep thinking it's the scariest thing ever. I got to see if it is. So I
Mhm.
watched it, and it was. I mean, it's ranked still to this day as one of the scariest films ever, and it did freak you out. But it
Mm.
surprised me on how it didn't scare me as much as I was expecting.
Okay.
And I guess I was just so over the top scared of the movie that none
Yeah.
of it was going to scare me as bad as I
Yeah.
thought.
Your imagination.
But it is a yeah, yeah, but it is scary. It's definitely not for the weak. Somebody doesn't, is on the fence or something. I mean, it's got a lot going on in that movie. The
Oh
book the
yeah.
book was even worse. I read the book later on when I was older too. The
Did
book
you really?
is even scarier.
No
Yeah.
kidding. Wow. That's crazy. I can't even
Oh,
imagine.
I mean, you're reading it, and yeah, everything's going on up here.
Yeah, that is
So it's
true.
you're just
Your
picturing it and you're
imagination is
seeing
just nothing can
right,
keep up with that. Nothing.
right.
I'm nothing. Yeah, I
So,
didn't see that till I was in my later 20s, early 30s. The
I was surprised
Exorcist.
you said you saw it.
I did. I did. Me and a buddy, we stayed up all night. We watched like 1, 2, and 3. I said never again. Never, ever, ever again. Um, True story. I'm gonna tell you a true story. Two Halloween stories. Real okay. The first one isn't scary, but it just kind of messes it messed with my mind a little bit. So a bunch
Okay.
of years ago, um, I was at my parents' house and my they were getting ready to move. My dad's like, go down the barn, take anything you want out of there. You know, we're moving, whatever. I come across a box and I'm just pilfering through the box. It's just got old tools and stuff. And I found an old jackknife in there. I took the jackknife, I got it all cleaned up. It was a Camille's cutlery knife, which is world renowned, famous knife. Anyhow, flash forward a couple of years. There's 3 people who know about this: myself, Debbie, and my boss at the time, who told me where to take the knife to get it fixed and refurbished. We go see a psychic, okay, which I didn't really know if I wanted to do because I was very, very on the fence, like you said.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she, blah, 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 blah. And to make long story short, she says, your grandfather says you have a tool of his. I'm like, well, I got his bow saw. I got a shovel. No, no, that's not it. I said, I don't know. I said, I got a couple of things, but other than the bow saw and the shovel, I don't know. She's like, you got his knife. I said, what?
Oh my
How the
God.
hell do you know that? There's 3 people in this world who know I have that knife, and you ain't one of them.
And exactly. No, that's like Eddie Murphy and Delirious. Just goes, nope, thank you, goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you
I'm
say?
out.
White people are like they're being all stupid and they're like, what? And he's like,
Yeah,
and
like
us guys, we're like, we're getting the hell out of here.
he goes, he goes, black people walk in. Oh, baby, look at this house. This is beautiful. Isn't it nice? Get out. Too bad we can't stay. Let's go.
That's it. That's it. I love it.
And
I
they
love it.
left. Because yeah, what normal person stays in a house like if that lady said that to me, I'm gone. Nope. Thank you.
I just met it just, I mean, it was my grandpa, so I mean it wasn't like terrified, but just to know that there's that
Sure.
potential or there's that a possibility.
Yeah.
Whoo,
Yeah.
3 people, Tony, 3 people. And none of the people that we were at the place with would have known. Nobody knows,
That's
I
crazy.
still have the knife. It's up in my, excuse me, it's up in my humidor.
Uh,
And my second one, my close encounter with the, what do you want to call it? Supernatural
mhm.
afterlife. So I'm doing a I'm doing a sheetrock job, and I'm in this old doctor's office all by myself, and I'm working from I'm going to say 7:30 at night until about 10 o'clock at night. And I'm working pretty much by a spotlight. There wasn't, because the place was kind of torn down, and I'm going in, I'm
Mhm.
fixing sheetrock.
Mhm.
So every once in a while, my dad would stop in to see how I was doing, or Deb might drop by. I'd get
Mhm.
kind of lonely, freaked out. So I'm in the main, would have been the main foyer office secretary area, vaulted ceilings. I'm way up at the top of the ladder. I'm working on the ceiling, sanding it, mudding it. And I got Boston cranking on my radio because I don't want to know nothing. Because
I
there
don't
ain't no
wanna know
damn
who's
lights
sneaking
in.
in.
Yeah, I don't want to know nothing. If you're gonna come in and kill me, just get it over with, right? So I hear a door slam. Now the door is gonna slam. It's gonna be loud because I got the radio blaring. I come
Right.
down my 12-foot ladder and I go to the back door. I'm like, Dad, Dad, nobody, nothing. Yeah, it's just probably my imagination running wild. I go back up the ladder, and then all of a sudden I hear something walking on the floor right above my head. So I'm working on the ceiling, and someone was walking on the floor right above my head because of a two-story house. And
Get
I'm
out.
looking, I'm like, are you kidding me right now? There's nobody in this place. It's just me.
Right.
I said, give me 10 minutes. The place is yours.
Oh,
Get the hell out of there.
I would have hightailed it. I would have
Yeah.
hightailed it.
Oh, freaked me right out. Yeah. That's why I don't do too well with this stuff.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. I mean, something like I said, some people just they don't handle it well. They don't like it. They don't. Well, and there's what's crazy is like somebody like me, who I watch these types of films, horror films, thrillers, slasher movies, whatever. It's not me who like maybe there's something wrong with me. Why do I like this kind of stuff? Like the people that don't like it makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a small I didn't have it kind of, but I did. Back when I was working in one of the restaurants, and at the end of the night, we would put all the bar stools up on the bar,
Okay.
upside down, like the part you sit on is on top of the bar.
Yeah.
And like 3 or 4 mornings in a row, the um, bar stool on the far right hand of the bar, that was like the end of the bar, was on the floor. Like 3 or 4 mornings we came in and it was on the floor. So I'm
No
like, why the
kidding.
hell is this one stool keep falling off the bar? I don't understand it. So we decided to go look at the video. So we had video of the certain cameras, and the stool is sitting there, not nothing. You could see the ceiling fan is like barely moving. It's moving like
Okay.
it's not even moving where it would cause a breeze. It's just like this,
Right.
so the ceiling fan was left on, so it wasn't that. And then you just see the stool go like it went this way, this way, this way, this way, went a bit faster, flew off the bar.
Oh my
Went to the
gosh.
next day, watched it. Same thing happened again. Went to the next day, watched it again. Same thing happened again. So I was like, all right, this place is haunted.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I mean, I gotta go to work.
Yeah. 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 Work.
So
Right.
it
Yeah.
it stopped happening. It wasn't on the floor in the morning. It just stopped. So I was like, whatever. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So
Right.
middle of a busy night, I go walking up by that end of the bar. I was walking out of the kitchen and walking through the bar and passing that end of the bar. As I got to pass the end of the bar, we had wine glasses that were hanging upside down, like so the
Oh yeah.
bartenders could just take them.
Yep.
Well, one of them flew off thing, and it went. I grabbed it. It didn't land because I caught it, but it was the same exact spot of where that
Oh
bar
my
stool
God.
was.
Wow.
And the guys at the bar saw that. They're like, "Oh my God, what are you, Spider-Man? How'd you catch that?" And like freaking out. I'm like, never mind how I caught it. How come it happened? Like, that's
Right.
really what we need
Yeah.
to be paying attention to.
Right. Right.
And but after that, nothing ever happened again. The stool never
Okay.
fell, the glass never fell. Nobody had, anything. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it seems awful coincidental that it was the same thing. It was like 3 or 4 nights in a row. I don't know. I believe in that stuff. I don't think it's
Oh
as
yeah.
prevalent as like the Discovery Channel makes it seem.
Mhm.
Everybody that has a TV show sees ghosts and stuff every day. But I
Yeah.
do think it's real. I do think it's out
Yeah.
there.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Have you seen the ones where the people go into the cemeteries with their phones or whatever, and they have some kind of a monitor where they're like
Yeah, like a
they,
device. Yeah.
some type of a device where they can hear them, the people talk or whatever. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm buying all that, but
Yeah, that's what I
so
mean. I mean, it's not it makes for good TV. I mean, if I was there,
right.
I don't know, but
Well, I worked in when I was working where I was, we had two buildings that we took care of, and both were turn of the century buildings, and no doubt there's no question in my mind that they were haunted. I knew that for a fact. I mean, have you ever walked into a place and the hair on the back of your neck just stands up?
yeah, just
You know,
creepy. Creepy
it's just
feeling.
like,
Yeah.
you know, you could be just doing your normal everyday mundane thing and you walk into something and you're like, oh geez. Yeah. And they
Well,
had
that's like when you're somewhere where nobody's around, and you feel
you're
like
being
somebody's
watched.
watching you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I've had that feeling before where I'm looking around.
yeah. Being
Mhm.
in construction as you are, and as I have been and still am, um, so the one thing the psychic did tell me was she has met an awful lot of men who are typically in the construction field who have these paranormal type encounters, if you will. And her theory, belief, or whatever it is that because we're around so many tools and somehow the spirits it's easier for them with electricity being generated that the tools we're using. I don't know,
Oh,
you
might
know,
be.
but
I
yeah,
don't know. Might be.
you're working on something like, you're just completely focused on whatever it is at hand. You're using a
Mhm.
tool or whatever. I don't know. And then you're like,
Maybe it's like poltergeist. Maybe I'm building all these houses on like Indian burial grounds, or like
oh my God. Did
maybe
that
there's
movie not
people
freak you
buried there.
out? Did that movie not
Yeah,
freak you out?
that I mean, she went in the TV.
I know.
That's just
Who doesn't have a TV?
exactly. Exactly. I didn't look at my TV
Oh,
the same again for a long time.
I know. I know. And the
I mean,
old
there's so
lady,
many good
I can't remember her name, but she was freaking spot on. She was
oh, the little
amazing.
psychic lady. Come to
Yeah,
the
she was.
light. Come to the
Yeah,
light, Carrie Ann.
yeah. Tony, to this day, if I have to get up in the middle of the night to go take a pee, I won't look in the mirror in the dark. I remember that guy pulling his face apart. I'm like, I won't do
Oh
it. I'm like,
man.
no.
So see, but now look, you watch these movies, but you don't. But I wouldn't have expected you to watch some of them. Like I would have never expected you to watch The Exorcist,
Yeah, that was in my
and you
younger
watch
years.
Poltergeist. I mean, so have you watched the classics, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on
Have you
Elm
seen those?
Street, I did. Nightmare on Elm Street just did me wrong. I would be like looking under my bed before I lay down. Yeah,
You know what? I liked Nightmare on Elm Street because it had so much of. All right, first of all, everybody has always been told when they're younger, if you dream you die, then you really die. I know. I
right.
mean, everybody. If you dream you die, you die. But then Freddie had so much personality. He wasn't just a silent, walking towards you with a, like Michael Myers or Jason, where they
Right.
just kept walking towards you, going to kill you, never say. He had these one-liners. He had these little snappy answers to things, and he was
Yeah.
quite the character. But
Yeah.
but yeah, man, that freaked me out. That movie. That's like, but but see, now I'm not one to go to haunted houses though, like make believe haunted houses. Like,
Yeah,
how they
no.
have like Halloween horror nights and,
Mhm.
things of that nature, haunted hay rides
Mhm.
and whatnot. Like, I don't go to those. No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
My daughters
No.
do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Some people
My
like to
younger
be
one likes it
scared.
more than my older one, but no, I
Okay.
won't go to those.
I don't know if it's
Mm.
I don't know if it's the thrill of being scared, those endorphins running through. I don't know, but it's like, nah.
And the funny part is like they're not going to do anything to you. They're not going to harm
Right.
you, especially today's day and age. They're not going to touch you in any way. It's like I just I don't care for it. I'm not doing it.
Mm-mm. No. We have a haunted house, uh, a I'm gonna say it's nationally I'm accredited haunted house in our
Hmm.
couple towns over. It's called
Hmm.
the Weber's Wayside Inn, and
Okay.
they had a documentary there, the whole 9 yards. People have seen this ghost, up in the third floor. Um,
Okay.
you know, I've never been there, but it's still up and the business is still up and running.
Uh-huh.
But it was very well known in its day uh, for that. So I don't know.
Well, like I said, I'm pretty surprised you saw some of the films you did. We could jump to. Let's see. This week we'll do it properly. We'll do it properly. We'll introduce here we go. It's the movie of the week time. last last week we
And
went
I'm
over the book of
recommending
Charlie
this.
Brown, and he's got the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Come on, how can you
It's my
not? How can you not love
recommendation.
him?
I know.
I would have to go with I haven't seen Nightmare on Elm Street in a while, but since the new Exorcist is out in the theater, I think I'm going to watch the original to brush me up on it.
Oh God. Sorry.
Think about how
Uh,
traumatizing it was for Linda Blair. She was like 12 when she did that movie. She was
I
doing
know,
things no
right?
12-year-old should be doing or saying. My God.
No, no. So I just like I told you before, they've been showing the new commercials for the new Exorcist coming out.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't want to see it.
Creepy
I hit
looking, isn't
mute.
it?
I don't want to know. You know,
Yeah,
I
it's
want to have a
creepy
good night's
looking.
sleep.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna watch that this week. I'll watch that sometime this week to catch up on that before I watch the newest one, Exorcist
Yeah.
Believer, I think it's called. I'll check that out. We'll see. Rick will be
Hey,
watching the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
that's right. The Shining. The Shining.
Oh, love it.
Those two girls in The Shining.
Creepy.
Oh my
Come
God.
play with us, Danny.
I have. I'm going. Quick story. I'm going to tell you. I was little. My best friend. I would walk down to his house, and we'd hang out. I come walking through the living room. His parents are watching The Shining. I'm whatever age. I don't even know. I mean, I wasn't like in my 20s. I was
Right,
younger,
right.
and I see these two little girls, and they're like, whatever they said, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Mm, get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, they're creepy. They're creepy. Not and they're creepy because they're twins. They're down the hallway. They're just that's another one. The book, oh my lord. The book was 10 times scarier than that movie.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
It was so creepy. So creepy. And I saw the movie before I read the book.
Okay.
Um, but I wanted to read it. I read a lot of Stephen King back then. I read a lot of his books. And but yeah, that's a creepy movie. I mean, he and what's creepy about it is like it's got okay, is he having cabin fever? Is he being possessed? Like what
Hmm.
like there's so much going on. You're stuck in this gigantic overlook hotel with just your
Hmm.
wife and your son. Man, it's got all it's just
Now I
it's a good
read
film.
something. I read something that on the set. I don't remember who was the director of that movie. Do you know?
Stanley Kubrick.
Okay. I had read, and you maybe have heard this, maybe you haven't, that Shelley Duvall, wasn't that her name? Shelley
Mhm.
Duvall?
That's the wife, yeah.
Um, that was the wife, that they purposely like alienated her and treated her
Oh, really? Oh,
badly,
I don't
badly
know, maybe.
to get
Maybe
her
that's what
in
I
that
had.
frame, to get her mind in that frame so
Yeah.
that it would portray through the movie. Whether they
It
did it
might
or
have.
not.
I don't know. I don't know.
Craziness.
It might have. I mean, it, I mean, Nicholson was scary enough as it is to get in your head.
Yeah, right.
You know,
But
so I don't know.
some of those scary movies, I mean, you go back to Jaws. Um, I'm thinking of them when I was younger. We used to watch this show called it was called EVOM. I don't know if you've probably never heard of it. It might have just been a Syracuse thing.
Mm-mm.
Basically, it was movie spelled backwards. It took me many, many years to figure that out. So, you know, they used to play the monster movie matinee on Saturday afternoons.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there'd be the Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein or
Meets the
whatever.
Wolfman, frankly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
meets the Wolfman. And those are the things that I would watch 'cause I loved Abbott and Costello. Well, one day I got to watching this one, and it was a Sunday monster movie matinee. I'm sorry. Like Jaws, the less you see, I think the more anticipation you have,
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah,
more
definitely.
of the thrill.
Mhm.
So I'm sure I'm not going to do this any justice. I can't tell you the name of it was like half an hour, half an hour clip movies, or
Okay.
like a
Okay.
half an hour type thing. So basically, this guy, from what I remember, murdered this other guy, his father maybe,
Mhm.
and then buried him in the backyard, or however, killed him, poisoned him, whatever. Well, there are these pictures going up the stairwell to the
Mhm.
bedrooms. So whatever. It's a dark, stormy, thundering, light and rain. And he's going up the stairwell and he sees the first picture. And the first picture shows the headstone. So he goes up a little bit further, then he shows the headstone now with a dirt mound. Now the pictures are changing as the movie's
Right.
going on, right? Then the third picture up is like the mound of dirt has moved and they show the casket open, you know, and then the fourth picture was like all you saw was the back of a person walking away. Dude, I'm telling you, that played hell with me.
It can.
and
I
then
mean,
you
those movies can mess with your head.
and then you hear the door going
Yeah.
and then there's
Like,
like they shut it off. There was nothing, they didn't show nothing graphic.
right, right.
There was no violence. It was
But it
just
messes with your head. It messes
your
around with your head. That's
imagination.
it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably why I'm so messed up.
All right, well, let's go something lighter then. We got the music of the week.
All right. Yes.
We got to introduce these a little bit. I'm going to have to put these together with some music or something. But so what Halloween themed or Halloween music do you have in mind for this?
Okay.
Sure, it's something light.
Obviously the first thing I would think that would come to maybe our people, our age, the Monster Mash.
Monster Mash, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I mean, that's just it. You got one extreme or the other with the Halloween music. Like I'm thinking, like I think of Halloween music, I think of the Halloween theme,
Okay.
the Halloween theme. Um, that's just, in my opinion, we'll put this on here. Let's see. And that's about
Okay.
as memorable as you could get.
Yeah.
But I think when you're at a Halloween party, they got the Monster Mash on, they got Ghostbusters on, they got
Yeah.
Thriller,
Yeah, that would be my
things
number
like
two.
that. Yeah, because you're not going to be listening to have that kind of stuff, creepy stuff on all night. But
Yeah, you're not going to be dancing to that. Where I
big,
can dance
big
to
night.
Thriller. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's going like this.
We might have to have an
Everyone do the
episode of Rick
Psycho.
dancing. All right, that's going to be the next episode. Rick dancing the Thriller. That's
Yeah.
you can do the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll go dig out my werewolf mask.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I have to agree. Like the lighter ones are more enjoyable to listen to than the scarier ones.
Right, right. Yeah, I
You got
can't.
any trivia?
I do actually.
Oh
I
wait,
do.
I was behind. It's
Oh,
trivia time.
do do
I'm gonna have to
do.
get like
Oh,
5-second music to just put this on and intro them.
yeah, yeah. Will we get in
We'll
trouble
find
for
some.
like Jeopardy, a Jeopardy type theme? Or
Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
okay, five
No, we got
seconds on it
copyright. We got copyrighted last week, but then it
for my
said the
singing.
owner. No, no. It said copyright, but the owner allows it to be used for YouTube. I mean, it's not a copyrighted song, so I don't know how they could copyright us, but whatever. We're good.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, no. Our intro song.
Oh.
That's what's so
Oh.
funny about it. It's like we have 66 episodes, and we've been copyrighted on the intro song like 4 times.
Oh. Jeez.
I don't. It's like, but it
Okay.
goes on every week. How do you not? What's that? Anyway, I
Oh.
only have one
Okay.
trivia question, so I don't know how many you have, but I only
I have a
have one.
couple. So why don't I
Okay,
have Halloween based trivia?
here we
How's
go.
that? Okay. I got three.
Three.
First one.
I only have one.
Okay. Well, the first one is it's an easy one. So I'll
All right.
I'll give that to you last. Um be afraid, be very afraid.
Oh, I know that. That's Alien.
The
No,
fly.
no, I know that. No, I to correct myself. Oh no, I know it
Did
wasn't
you know that?
Alien. No, I
Did you
didn't
know
know it was
that?
the Fly. No, I didn't know it was the
Okay.
Fly. I thought it was Alien, but then I knew it wasn't Alien because Alien was in space. Nobody could hear you scream.
Yes.
But that was the Fly. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah. Who I'm trying to remember the actor's name now. He was in
Jeff
Jurassic
Goldblum
Park.
was the Fly.
Jeff Goldblum, The Fly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember that. I
I
might
don't
have to put
either.
that as my movie of the week. Maybe I'll go watch that. That's been a while since I've seen that.
I haven't seen that in forever either.
Remember Brenda? He
Yeah.
was Brendel Fly. Remember all his teeth fall? All
Oh.
right. Well, I have one already prepared. I'll look for another one while we're on the under the gun here. Um, my first question is, who was the killer in Friday the 13th?
Oh, Friday the 13th. Was it the Jamie Lee Curtis ones?
Mm-mm.
Was it?
No, that was
Was it?
Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis
Oh,
was Halloween.
oh, Friday. Oh, shoot. Friday the 13th. The mother, right? Wasn't it the Jason? Was it Jason's mother?
Hey,
Jason.
you
Camp
got
Crystal Lake.
it. You
Camp
got it.
Crystal Lake, right?
Everybody usually says Jason.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no,
Camp.
it was Jason's
Yeah,
mother. Remember?
yeah, yeah. I do remember that now. One of those ones I watched like once, and
Did you?
yeah,
All right. What's
yeah,
your
I
second
know.
one? You got one. I have zero.
Okay. Um. All right, I'm gonna let you even this up real quick. Here's
Johnny. That's an easy one.
okay. All
That's an
right.
easy one. That's The Shining. That's
Yeah.
classic when he did that. Puts his face in
Right.
there after he hatchets the door in half.
Yeah. No.
Eh, He did. Remember when he was walking up the stairs when after he was typing and she came in and asked him what he was doing, and all the papers said all work and no play make Jack a doughboy. Big stack of papers like this.
Yeah.
And
There's
remember that? And then remember he's walking up the stairs and he's like, Wendy, Wendy. He just keeps walking up. She's swinging the bat, trying to keep him
yeah,
away.
yeah. There's
Oh
only
my
a few.
god.
There's only a few scenes that because I never saw the whole thing, but I remember the little boy, red rum, red rum, red
Yeah.
rum.
Man,
I
mom.
remember that.
Remember he
Red rum.
talked to his mother like that in the beginning of the movie?
Yeah, yeah.
Too
There
funny.
wasn't,
All
and then
right,
I
so I have
remember.
I have a multiple. I have a multiple choice question for you.
Okay.
So, what was the original title of the movie Halloween with Michael Myers? Was it The Masked Murderer, All Hallows Eve, or The Babysitter Murderers? Babysitter Murders. Take a
I'm gonna
shot.
go with the number 2, All Hallows Eve.
Ooh, that was a good guess. That's what I guessed, and I was wrong.
Oh, no.
It was the Babysitter Murders.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I know. Why
That
they
doesn't
changed it to
work.
Halloween?
Yeah. Yeah. That, nah. All Hallows Eve is, I like
Yeah,
that
that
one.
makes sense. That makes
Kind of
sense.
reminds me of Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. Oh, the Johnny Depp movie?
No, the Headless Horseman. Sleepy Hollow.
Mm.
Isn't Sleepy Hollow down whereabouts where you grew up? Isn't there a
Oh, I don't
town
know. I
near
don't know.
White Plains? You grew up down in New York, right?
Yeah, I was in the city. I wasn't in White Plains. Isn't that's like Long Island, I think. White Plains. I don't know.
Well, it's near the what the hell's the name of that bridge? Starts with a T. Um, shoot, I'm drawing a blank on it. Tan's
Oh,
anyhow,
Tappan Zee.
Tappan Zee. So yeah, it was near there. Sleepy Hollow was near there.
Yeah. See, no, that's in White Plains is in Westchester County.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Westchester County.
Oh, all right.
It's an inner
Well,
suburb of New York City.
that's like upstate New Yorkers. We know nothing about downstate, and downstate New Yorkers know nothing
Downstate.
about upstate. And everybody outside of New York thinks that when you say New York, we're all from the city.
Yeah, I know it's funny because like you don't realize like how much of New York is like Syracuse and Buffalo and stuff, and
Yeah.
they like you said they always think it's the city. All righty, what's your other question there?
I got one more for you,
Okay.
and I did see this, and it didn't sit well with me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice
Nice
Chianti.
Chianti.
Nice Chianti. Oh,
That would be Mr. Hannibal Lecter. Silence of
yeah,
the Lambs, probably one of the greatest villains ever written.
yeah.
And another book that I read, which was creepy as hell.
Was it more disturbing than the movie, or vice versa?
No, it did the movie justice. I mean, the movie did the book justice. It was both very good. See,
Okay.
the Shining book was very different than the movie.
Oh,
But the Silence of the Lambs was good. Same thing with The Exorcist. The Exorcist was almost like the movie was almost spot on.
okay.
Like I said, it just messes with your head more because like you're sitting there reading and you just everything you're reading the words. Obviously, you're not reading them aloud. And when you're just going through, you're just picturing what's going on, and
Yeah.
it's hard to read a book after the movie though, and that happened a lot.
Mm,
Sometimes, like some of the Stephen King books that I read, like I read It long before there was an It movie. Needful Things, um, a lot of the late '80s, early '90s books. There was no movies, so I read those, and then you saw the movie later.
So do you remember? We were young. We were probably preteen ish when it came out in the
Oh, the
movies.
TV show It, yeah.
I would run from the screen. I sound like a big wuss. That
Well, I mean, listen, there's a lot more people that have a fear of clowns than they do of horror movies. I mean, so you intertwine the horror movie and the clown, you just you know that's a
was that the
recipe for
one that
just disaster.
was it was that the one where they showed like the baby's crib? I remember seeing a baby's crib somewhere, and I was just like, oh my, I can't do this. I don't know, Tony. That's
I
why I don't
know,
watch this stuff.
I know. Go
I
watch
don't watch
Charlie
this stuff.
Brown, Great Pumpkin.
Yeah. Did you ever see Silence of the Lambs too?
Um, well, the sequel to it, because it wasn't wasn't the title, but
Yeah,
this-
I
yeah, I
what
saw
was the
all of them because there was like 5 books, so I wanted to see all of them. And it was okay. I mean, it was all right.
was
It
it?
wasn't
There was
horrible.
Julie.
And even what's
There
that?
was Julianne Moore and Ray
Mm,
Liotta.
hmm. Yeah,
I saw a part again. I looked
and it
at it
was
and I
okay, but it just didn't have the same. I mean, it's tough to beat. How can you top what he did in the first one?
yeah. Well,
That's a
let me
tough.
tell you, this scene, he's got his freaking top of his skull taken
Oh
off,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's like picking out, and I'm like, what am I watching? And
See
he's like
now,
tweaking something.
and the funny part is, like in the book, he vividly describes like the texture of the brain he's cutting, and then when he
Oh,
sautés it, what it smells like, and what. And so you're like, oh my god, please, a
and
little too much for me.
he's like poking at nerves, and Ray Liotta, whatever his name was in the movie, he
Yeah,
was like the
yeah,
cop
I
or the
remember.
FBI.
Yeah,
He's just spouting out like, "Mom,
yeah,
mom," or
yeah.
something like that. I'm like, no, I don't want to know no more.
Nope.
Not interested.
Well, obviously, there's fun Halloween, there's comedy Halloween, there's scary, there's slasher, there's thriller, there's cerebral Halloween. Just like costumes, there's fun costumes, there's
Yeah.
scary costumes, and everybody has a good time doing it as long as you have good, safe, clean fun with it. Go for whatever you like.
When
So,
when you went out trick or treating, what was the one candy bar you hoped to get the most?
oh, Reese's peanut butter cups, they're my favorite.
Okay.
They're my
Okay.
favorite.
Very
I remember you always
respectful
went like,
answer.
what's that?
Very respectful answer.
Those are still my favorite. Although
Are
now
they?
when the certain holidays come around, I get excited about like the pumpkin Reese's or the Christmas tree Reese's. There's a lot of peanut butter packed in those.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how can you go wrong? I mean, those are my two favorite food groups,
Right?
chocolate and peanut butter.
Chocolate and peanut butter. What about you? What did you want? Or what'd you
You
like?
know what? Reese's is always there. It's just a staple. It's like
Yeah,
meat, potatoes, Reese's. But I always look forward to the Mounds and Almond Joy.
there you go. Those are good too. Those are
Yeah,
good.
I
Yeah.
always like those. Still do to this day.
Well, on that note, we're going to run out to the kitchen and get some chocolate and
Yeah,
leave some comments on the bottom about your favorite candy or your favorite costumes or your favorite movie. If you're a
yeah.
scary person, a slasher person, or funny Halloween, and we will catch up with you next week. This episode airs in Halloween's in a few days, so have fun, be safe, enjoy it,
Yes, yes.
and we'll see
Everyone,
everybody next week.
you got it, buddy. Be safe, everybody.
Good, it's good stuff as always, though.
Have fun.
All right, my friend. I'll see you